Hello everyone, we are on page 3 now of Life's a Journey, and I've got my cuts all made here, but let me give you the measurements. All right, so now flap A is going to be 7 1/8, that's 2 lines more than 7 by 5 3/4. B, you can use that same piece of paper. It should be 7 1/8 by 6 1/4. C is a pocket, so that is 8 1/8 by 3 3/4, so 2 lines more than 8. D is 8 1/8 by 4. And E is an insert that's going to go into the pocket, so that is 6 7/8, 2 lines less than 7 by 5. So you can do a freeze frame here and come back to me when that's all cut. All right, so I have all my flaps here. We're going to score them together. I have another pocket page. I'm going to label that 3 and 4. Set that aside. Let's bring out the scorer, and we're going to score flap A, flat side up on all of these, with the 5 3/4 side facing the top. So that's a 1/2 inch. B has the 6 1/4 inch side facing the top. C is a pocket, so we're going to go all around on 3 sides, starting with the longest side at the top. So I do my first, rotate it, and one more time. D, same thing. Longest side is facing the top. That moved a little bit. Let me make sure. Okay. Okay, and E is an insert, so we are not going to score that. All right, so let's put our tape on. I've got my 3/8 inch tape, and let's just go for it in any particular order. Okay, and then we're going to press everything down and fold it. We'll fold A and B. Okay, so we're going to cut this pocket, the corners of these. I always like to clean as I go. And then we can fold these. Okay, so now I'm going to bring out my pocket page, which I put right here. Okay. So A is going to go on the bottom, B on the top, so like that. And I am going to, the pocket, the smaller pocket's going to go on top of B, so I'm not going to corner around that, but I am going to corner around A. So, and since I have my corner rounder out, I'm also going to corner around all 4 sides of the insert that's going to go into our top flat pocket. All right, so let's start with A, and let's see, I gotta peel this backing off. Let's bring this to the bottom, and we're just leaving just a little bit of space on the left and right, and I'm bringing it right to the bottom edge. I could feel that with my thumbs. Let me see. Okay, and got a little wrinkle there. Okay, so A is going to go on the top. And I could either just put it, you know, so there's a little bit of space, or I can just make sure that it lines up with the A flap. So put that on top, and then I can look left and right and make sure that this sits right on top of that. So I have the same on both sides. All right, now the pocket. I'll just put something down there. How about that? I'm gonna take the smaller pocket, so that you can look for your pencil mark. That is C. And just peel off the bottom. And we're gonna put that right at the bottom of our B flap. Okay, I'm going to leave the backing over on the sides until I put my design paper up there. All right, so now let's put the inside pocket. I just want to check real quick. Okay, that looks good to me. So just going to peel off the bottom. And I'm going to put this right above that score line. And I'll have a little bit of space left and right, and a little bit of space above this score line. Hold on, that was a little too close. It's hard sometimes when you have a shadow right here. Let me try this again. There you go. Okay, so now I'm just going to make sure that my insert fits in this pocket, which it does. And now we're ready for magnets. Okay, so let's do the top flap first, and that's going to land, the magnets are going to land right on the pocket. Yeah, there's plenty of room there. Whenever you're making these books, you just want to make sure your magnet never lands like in the middle or just above the pocket or just right on top, too close to the edge. But here, there's plenty of space. going to put flap A. We'll put the magnets. Now, when I put this over, I noticed that this just comes a little bit above the pocket, so I don't want my magnet too close to the edge. I'm gonna make it go down a little bit so it lands right around here. So just be aware of that. And I can also test it before I put the tape on it. So I'm looking for about 1/2 inch from the top of the pocket. Okay, so I'm happy with those. So I'll tape it down. Okay. Now there's one more magnet we need to place, and that's going to be inside this pocket, because when we have our insert in here, I want it to stay in because you'll be lifting this flap up. So you could either put the magnet on the back of this insert, but what I've been doing is just putting a magnet inside the pocket to hold it down. So either way, because then if you do it that way, this pocket will lay a little flatter. You just have to be careful when you put your insert in it. So that's up to you. You can do it either way, but this insert needs to be held down. So I am going to put a magnet inside my pocket. And it's about here. So about a little less than 1 inch inside. I'll tape it down. And stick that right on top of that magnet and then press down your pocket. Okay, and I'm going to tape that down. There. This goes inside. Voila, we have page 2. Okay, so I am going to show you what I did for the design paper for page, not 2, 3. We're on page 3. Okay, so I have the same paper that goes with this side, and I was careful. I wanted the whole gentleman here on there. So I pretty much had to make my first cut right at the top of his hat and then make my second cut here. Otherwise, I think I was chopping his head off a little bit. So I wanted him to show. On this, you can either have it like that where he's all showing, or you can go like this and it still holds down. So, and you just have his legs here. So either way, however you think it looks best, you can do that. So under here, I have my flower, my little flowers, blue, purple, yellow here, and on this pocket the same. on this pocket, I chose the take the time, and this card was a little too small, so I needed to put purple in the background. So it does look like all one card, but to fit the insert, and the insert had to be this big to fit in this pocket. So back it with the purple first, and then put your ephemera card on there. I chose the same paper as the pockets for the back, and I had this left over, I think, from page 1. Put that over there. All right, so on the inside I have my bicycles, blue bicycles up there, and the pullout is the black bicycles. Okay, for the inserts, I have the piece of the black bicycles. This was left over from page 2, and I made a little booklet. I'm going to show you real quick how to make this booklet. So you can put a magnet down here and on the back of this photo mat. And let me show you how to make the booklet. All right, so let me grab an ephemera card. All right, so I have, well, I'm going to make a small one just because I'll stick it in here. But it's the same idea. All right. So you take a piece of paper. This you'll probably need, you know, the whole sheet. But if you have a scrap paper, you just want to have, you do this cut first. If you're making the book open horizontally, you have it sideways like that. And I'm just gonna cut so I have a little bit of edge showing here. About 1/8 of an inch. There. All right, so I'm gonna turn it upside down, put my ephemera card there, and I'm gonna make a little pencil mark right where I'm gonna have the fold. And take out your score runner. Put a score line there, and then just cut. So you can either cut, I'm gonna make a little pencil mark. You can cut it like this, but you run the risk of potentially cutting a sliver off your top piece. But if you just put that pencil mark there, that will be fine. And then you corner around all 4 of your edges. And you glue that down, and you have a little booklet. So that's it for that. And next video, we're now on to page 4.